Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I have decided I'm going to begin my Monster Manual 2025 review, like I said I would ages ago. I'm going to go over every single monster in this book. I've got it in front of me, Monster Manual ASMR, right here. Listen to that. Isn't that beautiful? And of course, we're starting with the Aarakocra, number 1 in the Monster Manual. What do I think of these things? How good are they to run as a DM for your players to fight against? As monsters, of course. They're in the Monster Manual, after all. How good are their vibes, their aesthetic, their mechanics, the lore, synergy, all that type of thing. Let's begin. So, they've added a second Aarakocra into the Monster Manual that I don't think existed in the 2014 version. They have the Aarakocra Aeromancer. They have the Aarakocra Skirmisher as well, which I think was meant to be just the basic Aarakocra. It's a CR1 quarter, it flies around, it's got talons, it's got a wind javelin, very nice stuff. In terms of its CR though, I've never really understood why this thing is on the same level as a goblin. I look at the Aarakocra Skirmisher, and it seems to be like it should be like a CR1 or 2. Like something that's slightly above just a regular goblin or a kobold. And it also seems quite dangerous for a level 1 group, just because it can fly and do ranged attacks, which is quite rare for low-level monsters. I know, obviously, goblins, kobolds, everything like that has ranged attacks, but normally they don't do it from the sky. But then you have the Aeromancer, which I actually think is overtuned. Because this thing's a CR4, and it's one of those examples of a monster where you actually need to be the appropriate level for its CR to fight this thing. Because if you're level 2 or 3 or 1, this thing has Lightning Bolt. It only has it once a day, fair enough. But one Lightning Bolt on a low-level group could just TPK the group if lined up properly. And then it has its Wind Staff, which you can do as a ranged attack. Does an average of 20 damage a hit, and it can do it twice. A +5 to hit. That's average for this CR. It's actually, it's about average, I think. So there's a chance it won't hit both attacks. But if it does, that's 40 DPR it's doing against your level 4 or lower group. But that being said, in terms of its mechanics, this is a threatening creature. It can fly around, got very good stats, 66 HP, 16 AC, the Lightning Bolt, 40 DPR, all that type of thing. It works well as a commander for Aarakocra Skirmishers. You can have a bunch of skirmishers accompanying and protecting the Aeromancer. It synergizes well with the Air Elemental, because you can have one maybe summon an Air Elemental, and now you've got yourself a really good boss fight for levels 4 to 5, maybe the end of your first arc of your campaign. In terms of where they can fit into campaigns, you could have these be the minions or the prelude to a blue dragon, because a blue dragon can dominate the skies. These things call the skies their home. They're in tune with lightning and air, just like a blue dragon. And so maybe they have either been turfed out of their homes by a blue dragon, and that's why they're now aggressive and they're trying to claim a new home, or they're being commanded by the blue dragon. You could have them as allies too. They are neutral monsters. They don't have to be evil. You could have them come to the players and seek aid against the blue dragon, but we are ranking them based on how good they are as monsters, because they're in the Monster Manual after all. And so, I think, as I haven't got anything to compare these two yet, because this is the first monster I'm reviewing, I'm going to put them in B tier, because they have good synergy with other monsters, with the Air Elemental, for example, and they work well as minions for a greater threat like a blue dragon, or some kind of elemental threat. You do have the Elemental Cataclysm, which is new to the 2024 Monster Manual, so maybe they could be fleeing from that.